Sweden differs from Norway in particular due to its gentler landscape with flat plains, expansive forests, numerous lakes and archipelago islands. In the Västerbotten region, the Umeälven river flows from the western border with Norway to the east coast near Umeå through a very sparsely populated area with numerous scenic attractions. The somewhat more densely populated area of the east coast boasts breathtaking views of the sea and exciting bridges. From western Norland inland, the landscape near Ange in particular offers a peaceful journey back in time. A little further west in the Dalarna region, Fulufjäll National Park, with its large Njupeskär waterfall, is a special attraction near Särna. And also near the capital of Västergötland, the Skäktefallet Waterfall shines majestically hidden in the forest. We set off in the morning from the Helaga rest area. Last night's rain and the dark sky create a mystical atmosphere. It's 94 km to the Swedish border. After a brief welcome at Lake Umbukta, we continue southeast on the E12. The road descends along the water. Passing Hemavan, after about 80 km, we reach the small town of Tärnaby with its approximately 500 inhabitants in the Västerbotten region. After spending the last few days in the Salten region all the way to the Helgeland coast, we drove into Sweden yesterday via Mo i Rana and spent the night at the Tärnaby campsite in the Västerbotten region. The campsite offers beautiful pictures and grassy grounds and is located directly at the tributary of the Umeälven river. We pay 330 crowns or around €29 per night, including electricity and hot showers. While the area is a popular ski resort in winter, the surrounding area is a popular hiking destination in summer. Due to its location directly on the river, this site is also attractive for anglers. Cabins built in typical Swedish style complement the generous selection of pitches on the vast meadow area. In addition to well-maintained sanitary facilities, we are delighted by the many wildflower meadows that can be seen everywhere. A campfire site is also obligatory here, with a great view of the wild waters. Walks near the water, as well as through the adjacent forests, provide a wonderful nature experience. We can quickly reach the lake into which the Umeälven river flows on foot. Small islands make the views over the water interesting, especially with the interplay of the heavily wooded lake edges all around. Simply a fantastic panorama. But now we continue to the east coast past Umeå. I'm Thomas and you're watching Tom's Caravaning Adventures. Let's go! Los geht's! We continue east along the E12, along Blåvägen, and continue on a moderate downhill path. For approximately 107 km, we follow the uninhabited landscape along the river. A short stop at the Buktes West area gives us the opportunity to stretch our legs. Naturally, it's surrounded by several small lakes and ponds. We drive past Storuman towards Umeå, another 76 km on the E12 with a short stop at the Blaviksjön West area. The beautiful Descent West area, with its location directly on the Umeälven river, offers a great view of the bridge to the north. It's about 165 km to Umeå. Our destination for the day is a little further south on the Baltic Sea coast. So we drive another 105 km along the busier E4 into the Western Norrland region to spend the night at the Mosjön West area. We are currently at the Mosjön West area in the Western Norrland region. This is our last stop for today, and we will be spending the night here. The rest area is located on the E4, right next to the lake of the same name, and also offers the option of emptying the camper toilet. Tomorrow we'll continue south towards Sundsvall. There's also a small campsite with a nice restaurant right next to the rest area. A short walk to the nearby Lake Mosjön sweetens both the evening and morning mood. Immediately after breakfast, we continue south on the E4. Along the way, smaller lakes repeatedly catch our attention and provide plenty of variety. It takes us just under 100 km to reach our next stop, the Högakustenbron. From here we have a breathtaking view of the Umeälven river and the high coastal bridge. Short walking paths as well as longer hiking trails start from this west area and offer great perspectives of the complex and the surrounding area. The complex is well visited and the large parking lot is mostly full. In addition to a hotel, there's also a nice souvenir shop and a small playground for children, all clearly visible from a slightly higher path. Sweden's affectionately known Golden Gate Bridge was opened in 1997 and was considered the 9th largest suspension bridge in the world at the time. It is 1,800 meters long and is one of Sweden's tallest structures. 180 meters above sea level, it connects the municipalities of Härnösand and Kramfors. The crossing over the Högakustenbron is also a real experience with fantastic views. A little further along the E14, we turn right near Sundsvall and follow the E14 westward. The population becomes thinner again, and the constant, beautiful change between forests and lakes entertains us again. After about 170 km, our destination is Ange, a municipality with about 9,000 inhabitants located directly on Lake Angesjön. We head for Ange Camping. After passing Sundsvall, we headed west again into the interior of the Western Norrland region. We've arrived at Ange Camping and will stay here for one night. The facility surprises us. On a very large meadow, directly on Lake Angesjön, there's not only plenty of space, but also a small art museum. We are amazed at the attention to detail with which everything has been designed here. We pay 250 crowns per night, or around 22 euro, including a hot shower and electricity. Tomorrow morning we'll continue southwest again. We are allowed to park on the very spacious grounds directly on the lake, which are actually intended for camper vans. We enjoy a spectacular panorama of the entire lake and take in the interplay of vegetation. In addition to a beach for swimming, we are also impressed by the many aquatic plants sprouting from the surface. A small boat arbor is part of the panorama here. It feels like a journey back in time. A very old boat with a single-cylinder engine is chugging along audibly in the lake. Probably a relic from the time before the last World War, obviously well preserved. Located directly in front of the lake, we find the main building of the complex, a small hostel with a lovely outdoor terrace. Restrooms and a separate communal kitchen are located in the immediate vicinity of the hostel. A very special recommendation is the adjacent art museum, which can be visited free of charge. The park opened in 2011. The exhibition in the park features works by various artists that stimulate our five senses: smell, taste, hearing, touch and sight. Admission is free. We continue walking to the complex entrance. A beautiful little wooden pedestrian bridge spans the small Dysjön River, which flows into Lake Angesjön. A picturesque panorama opens up in all directions directly from the bridge. The next morning we continue to the next region, Dalarna. Numerous forest passages await us, making the journey a relaxing experience. After about 211 km, our destination is Zärna, a small town with perhaps 700 inhabitants located on the river Österdalälven. Today we continued westward and arrived in Zärna, in the Swedish region of Dalarna. We are at Ange Camping and will stay here for one night. The site is located on the Österdalälven river with beach access on a great view of the mountains. Sunsets are spectacular there. The adjacent restaurant offers local specialties including reindeer and elk meat. An award from AXI as Sweden's best campsite restaurant in 2024 speaks for itself. We pay 430 crowns, around 38 euro. Electricity and hot water are included. From the reception, we pass the main building with the excellent restaurant directly behind the campsite entrance. The pitches are slightly elevated on meadowland with a great view down to the water. A mini golf course provides additional entertainment. and the good quality sanitary facilities are also centrally located near the lake. The river offers a beautiful beach in a sheltered bay. A walk down here is definitely worth it, as not only the water itself, but also the vegetation along the banks delights with its colorful, wild splendor. Now we are off to the Njupeskär waterfall before we continue on tomorrow morning to our last stop in Sweden on this tour. The advertisement of Njupeskär is already very prominent at the campsite. Given the distance of about 30 km, it must be something very special. Arriving at the hiking parking lot, we continue on foot. We are in Fulufjäll National Park, a vast area in which the Njupeskär waterfall is located. In this marshland, numerous wooden walkways lead through nature and offer unexpected views of flora and fauna. Again and again, we come across small streams. These are important connections for supplying the marshland with water. An incredible sense of tranquility emanates from the adjacent lake, which creates a dreamy backdrop with the trees behind it. With every step, we audibly approach the waterfall. Small wooden bridges cross several streams along the way. We catch our first glimpse of Njupeskär. From here it's another 300 meters. Our curiosity has grown and we can hardly wait to get closer to the waterfall. A wooden staircase leads us down to the white water stream fed by the waterfall. A large wooden walkway takes us along the stream, offering incredible views of Njupeskär. Deep in this valley, we stand before this cascading stream and keep it in our memories. A true experience. And we are off again. At 452 km, we now have one of the longest stages ahead of us. Our destination is in the Västerbotten region, near Vänersborg. While the road initially runs quite lonely and narrow through enchanting forests, the traffic becomes busier near Lake Vänern. A little further east, near Vägön, we reach our next overnight stop, Ange Camping. Further and further south, that was our route today. We are now in the Västerbotten region, on the southern part of Lake Vänern, in the town of Vänersborg. We are at Ange Camping. The facility has been making history for many generations and offers everything you need. We pay 350 crowns per night, around 31 euro. The building itself is quite an experience. The very well preserved condition offers a first-hand experience of the lifestyle of the past. This is certainly an experience for history buffs. And the adjacent park is also very spacious and extensive. A little further behind the camping area, we reached a miniature golf course in a well-protected location after just a few steps. A short trail takes us to the small Fulufjäll Waterfall, which provides a refreshing dip here in the summer.
Dies ist unsere letzte Station.
This is our last stop on this tour before we head home. Finally, we'll head to the Skäktefallet Waterfall before we finally head home tomorrow morning.
Und final heimfahren werden.
We'll take a detour to Skäktefallet, 4 kilometers away. From the hiking parking lot, we'll follow the signpost path to the waterfall. The path leads us into the forest. We can still hear birdsong, but with every step we can hear the waterfall better and better. The Skäktefallet sign shows us the narrow path. A magnificent view, the way the falling water is framed by the trees. We walk the last few meters steeply uphill, almost as if drawn by a magnet. And there it is, within reach, mighty and proud before us. A very refreshing coolness radiates from the waterfall. Nestled in the dense forest, the water trickles inconspicuously between the thick treetops and disappears again just below. A source of life for the local flora and fauna. Sweden's landscape differs significantly from Norway. A fantastic contrast that further underlines Scandinavia's diversity.
Und überhaupt, wenn wir zurückblicken, gab es...
And looking back, we never felt monotonous or boredom. Rather, it became clear to us that this Nordic part of the European continent has so much more to offer. At this point, it's time to say goodbye. Until our next tour. Bye. On our journey home, countless thoughts raced through our heads. Numerous stages showed us the incredible diversity of the Scandinavian world. The Valdresflur with the seemingly endless expanse of high mountain roads and further across the Romsdalsfjord and Trollstigen. The Atlantic National Road with its unique cinematic backdrop. Through the Trøndelag and Nordland regions with the gigantic Svartisen hike and then past the Arctic Circle, ever further north with breathtaking fjords surrounded by gigantic rock backdrops. The island of Senja with its diversity, which depicts all of Norway in miniature, all the way to the Vesterålen with its many birds and unique stretches of beach. The Lofoten Islands with their seemingly endless splendor, diversity, colors and attractions. The Salten region and the Helgeland coast, which are in no way inferior to the Lofoten Islands and show the Svartisen glacier from the other side. And then Sweden, with its gentler landscape of the flat plains, vast forests, numerous lakes and wild waterfalls. This concludes the first season of Nordic Summer Paradises. More to follow.
Danke fürs Einschalten. Wenn dir das...
Thanks for tuning in. If you liked the video, please leave me a thumbs up, a comment and subscribe to my channel.